say Microsoft coming out with new versions of SMB, we were finding that the market, or companies which had the knowledge to support these newer protocols were very few. That's why we, as part of a market survey, ended up with you guys, Visuality Systems, as being a strong candidate. And we were one of the early subscribers, and since then, I guess we've been doing business ever since and been happy with the solutions provided by our company. There are very few companies which at the time offered multi-protocol support or multi-version protocol support, as well as combined with Java. We have a preference for commercial software because at least when there are issues, problems, we have a single point of contact to work with, who's ultimately also legally responsible for fixing the problem. If you go open source, it's eventually everybody and nobody is responsible for closing gaps. We were running successfully with open source software for the better part of 7 years, but given the complexity of the SMB protocol, we finally decided to opt out for an open source based solution. Integrating the new libraries in our existing environment wasn't rocket science, meaning in the end it's a set of Java calls, or functions you have to implement, and that's almost a rip and replace. It does what it needs to do, which basically means running smooth in the background, not causing trouble. That's all we expect from a driver, that it simply works. Obviously, we've chosen the company for its knowledge and its relationship with Microsoft, being ahead of the curve. If Microsoft releases a new version of SMB or whatever, typically you guys are ahead of the curve and already developed the solution before it's available to us as customers. So actually, we have typically a new version of the driver before we actually need it. We use the SMB Visuality drivers in a platform which is designed to do what we call managed file transfer and file transfer automation. The platform has the ability to actually decide based on business rules where that file, how that file need to be treated. Should it be unzipped? Should it be zipped? Should it be PGP encrypted, PGP decrypted? So there are several operations possible. But then in the end, most importantly, where does it need to be pushed to? Now, in the case of a Windows share, or a DFS share, that's where we use Visuality drivers to basically pick up the file, make the connection to the share, push it over, and close the connection. And we do that on a global scale. Thousands of Windows servers, and thousands of shares. And this system basically allows to connect to any of them. If there is a business rule which is defined that that specific file uploaded by that party should go to that server, then the product allows the business to define that rule and configure it. That's also important to note. There is no IT personnel involved in setting up these business rules. There's no coding, just configuration. But this goes for every protocol. So we've implemented FTP, SFTP, HTTPS, FTPS, Hadoop, S3, Azure, Box, and SMB. And I probably forget a few. We're pleased with the quality, performance, and stability of the product, as well as the people and the company itself. Yeah. What do I mean by that? Typically, you guys are very responsive when we log problems, questions, asks, yeah, as well as react promptly to, in this case, product changes by Microsoft. So typically, you guys are ahead of the curve, yeah, and very eager to help customers implementing new versions of, in this case, Microsoft's SMB product. Hey, generally speaking, it's good value for money. Yep, we're so far pleased. Yep.